श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। यथाग्निर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपान्तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। ॐ नमो भगवते रामकृष्णाय। My respectful pranams to revered Swami Japasiddhananda Ji Maharaj, Adhyaksha, and all other senior Swamijis of this ashrama. My loving namaskars to all other brother monastics and brahmacharis here. My regards and namaskars to all the respectable devotees who have assembled here. Today is a very holy day for us. We are celebrating the birth anniversary of the Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. Regarding God, the rishis and other enlightened sages speak of an epithet, a word of praise, aghatita ghatana patu. When they speak of God or Goddess, they use an epithet or a word of praise, aghatita ghatana patu. Aghatita means that which seems to be impossible. Ghatana means makes it possible. Patu means he is an expert in that. God is an expert in making impossible possible. So Devi and Deva, there is no difference. Only we consider that as different. The God, be it Devi or Deva, they call it Aghatita Ghatana Patu, or if it is a Devi, Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi. Like this, they describe the glory and greatness of God. This gives some hope for us. Because when we come to ashram and listen to the words of the monks, at least the basic principle we understand that if we perform good things, we will get good fruits. If our action is good, the result will be accordingly favorable. This basic understanding we have gathered. Obviously, we infer, when we are in some difficulty, we infer that probably I had committed something wrong. That is why I am going through this affliction. This much of understanding all of us have. At this point, these things come to help us. When we have understood that there is no other apparent way visible to get out of the difficult situation, we come at the feet of God, we come at the feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi, and pray to them. At that point of time, we should bear in mind that if God wills, He can make the impossible possible. Aghatita ghatana patiyasi Sri Sarada Devi. Once, a devotee, he had lived a bad life earlier. He he comes to Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. He has taken refuge at her feet, but still, inside his mind, he has some anxiety, recollecting all that he had done in the past. He thinks that he may not be able to get the grace of God. Mostly, I am lost. There is no way out for me. That is how he was thinking in mind. At that time, he did not express it in words. Holy Mother looked at him, and Holy Mother says, "Why do you worry, my child? Always bear in mind that Sri Ramakrishna is at your back, protecting you always. And mind you, I am there. I am there for you. When I am there as your mother, there is no fear for you." Mother consoles him like this. He feels reassured and goes back home with a light heart. A similar incident. Another devotee. He was still more despondent. He once exclaimed, not before Mother, he just exclaimed, or he was thinking within himself, probably for a despicable man like me, who have committed so many mistakes and blunders, only hell will be the result. Probably I will land up in hell. This is what he was thinking. Once, when he comes to Holy Mother, he expresses this before Holy Mother. "Oh Mother, there is I don't find any hope. Probably I may land up in hell." Like that he expresses. At that time, Mother comes out in a very strong voice and says, "What? My child to hell? Impossible. Whoever has come here," Holy Mother speaks in the style of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna very rarely used I and mine. Here Mother also did not use that. Mother says, "Whoever has come here," here meanings to herself, "are already liberated, you should know." And this does not come from a guru or a Atmajnani or a Brahmajnani. It comes from the mother of the Brahmajnanis, you should know. Mother says that they are already liberated, you should know. Even the deity death cannot pull my children to hell. Even if Yama himself comes, he cannot touch my children to take them away to hell. Put all your burden on me and be carefree. Know one thing for certain, that I have a mother, and she will take me to the abode of eternal bliss at the right time. This is the assurance given by Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. This reminds us the proclamation of the Lord in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Sri Krishna, in the 18th chapter, he gave that wonderful assurance. He said, "Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha." Aham, I, tva, you, sarva papebhyo, from all the sins, mokshayishyami, I shall free you, ma shuchaha, grieve not. That is a wonderful assurance from God, these words. But even earlier in the Gita, in the 8th chapter, himself says, Man mana bhava. And this also comes in the 18th chapter, just before that, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papibhyo mokshayishyami ma shutaha. Just before that, he gives a hint what we have to do, that is given there. This applies here also, in the case when the devotees who come to Sri Ramakrishna's feet, to Sri Holy Mother's feet. Man mana bhava, put your mind on me. Mad bhakta, be my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me. Man namaskuru, bow down to me. Mame, if by doing all this, what will happen? Mame vaishyasi, you will come to me surely. Satyam te, satyam, and this is truth. Te pratijane, I vow this to you. This is my pledge. Pratijana means pratijna. This is the pratijna of God. He says, Pratijane priyosime. You are so dear to me. These assurances, when we see manifest in the lives of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother, we come to know that Shastras are true. If we didn't get these incidents, probably we would have thought these are all shlokas for chanting and then going away. This was exhibited in the life, in the actual life. That is why Shastras say, Satchastri kurvanti shastrani. What will God do? He makes the Shastras meaningful. Without, that is why Swamiji says, without the light or the divine vision of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's life and message, you cannot understand the actual purport of the scriptures, because they are too difficult for us to understand. This is one of the incidents. About this, after having committed mistake, the sense, the qualms that come in the mind about this, Sri Krishna also had said, Apichet sudura charu bhajate ma ananya bhak. What does he say? Even if a person is a sudurachara, durachara means vicious, wicked. Sudurachara means very much. But at one point of time he understood that I should not live like this. And then on he thinks that bhajate mam ananya bhak. From then on he worships and goes to God and prays to him with a one-pointed mind. When this happens, at any point of time, at any one's life, what will happen? Shri Krishna says, Sadhureva samantavyaha. You should consider him as a sadhu. Because samyak vyavasito hi saha. He has taken a right resolution. He has resolved correctly. He has taken a very, very proper decision. So, even though whatever he did earlier, you just put it to the winds, now he is a sadhu. We can see all this in the lives of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Girish Chandra Ghosh, Atul, and one more example. The devotees who have read this Thakur's life know Manmatha. Manmatha was a ruffian, a rowdy. He was employed by the brother of Yoginma to hurt Sri Ramakrishna. For that he had invited Bhagavan to his house there. What happens? He was standing there, but later on when Sri Ramakrishna comes and just touches his shoulder and looks into his eyes, the whole soul is transformed. Like that, here also we understand. Holy Mother gives him the assurance that even Yama, even death cannot pull you to hell. Then, how about the devotees who are from their birth good? They are all good people. Devotees, they come, they worship God in temples. How about them? We find a shloka in Durga Saptashati. You all know. It is also known as Shri Shri Chandi. There we find Rogan Asheshan Apahamsi Tushta Rushta tu Kaman Sakalan Abhishtan Tvam Ashritanam Na Vipan Naranam Tvam Ashrita Hyashrayamam Prayanti. Let us quickly see what it means. Rogan, diseases, Asheshan, all diseases. Apahamsi, you remove all diseases. When tushta, when you are appeased, when you are pleased, you remove all the diseases. Rushta tu, but if you are irked or if you are angry, Sakalan Abhishtan Kaman Apahamsi, you put to naught all their cherished desires. Tvam Ashritanam, whoever have taken refuge in you, na vipat, there is no danger for them. There is no adversity for them. Tvam Ashritanam na vipan naranam. People. There is no danger for the people who have taken shelter at your feet. Tvam Ashritahi. We say all this because Tvam Ashrita, whoever has taken refuge in you, become refuge to others. What to speak of their own life? They can give shelter to others. Take the life of Girish. Once he took shelter at the feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he became a saint. Many others can hang on their mind to his words and to what he did, and they derive some positive impulse from that incident. That means even Girish's life becomes a refuge for others to contemplate upon. Now, this wonderful shloka, let us see how this was expressed in the mother's life. Rogan Asheshan Apahamsi Tushta. There was one Kshirodapala. Those who have gone through the mother's life, they know there was a lady devotee, Kshirodapala. She, during her young days, once while she was cutting vegetables, the secretion from the papaya fruit, pepe they call it, papaya fruit, it got into that wound and it would not heal at all. The wound kept on troubling her all through the years. In the later years, once when she comes to Udbodhan, Udbodhan is the place where Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi used to reside whenever she came to Calcutta. In the Udbodhan, she saw one more lady devotee took the corner part of her garment and tried to take the dust of the Holy Mother's feet. Because it is Holy Mother Devi is there, she would not dare to touch the feet of the mother. Instead of that, after mother had removed the feet from that spot, she would take that dust, pada dhugi. That also how, with the corner of her garment of a sari, she used to take. This struck in the mind of Kshirodapala and she thought, I can also do like this. I was very, very hesitant because I have this wound which should not affect Holy Mother, so I never ventured into this, but this is a good idea. So she went to do like this. At that moment, Holy Mother caught her. Mother asked her, "What happened to your hand? You had never done like this, but today you are doing this way." Then she expressed all this, and Mother said, "Is it? You come with me." She took her to the middle room in Udbodhan, where the Charanamrita of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, after the worship, the water that is collected after the worship, that is known as, in this side we call it as Tirtha. In Bengali it is called as Charanamrita. Charana Amrita, the water which comes out from the feet of, or that has fallen on the feet of God and has moved below. That is collected. Holy Mother simply took her, dipped her entire hand into that Charanamrita vessel and said, "You need not worry anymore. Your wound will be healed, it will be cured, it will heal gradually." And Mother says, and in case, and she also warned, do not try to remove the onion peels and such irritating substance you should not touch. But Mother adds, because women have so much of problem at home, they will have to perform all the duties. They can't say this I won't do, that I won't. Who will do that? So Mother says that if at inevitable circumstances you happen to touch an onion or garlic or something, don't worry, you put a little Charanamrita and again it will heal. And it actually happened like that. She was totally cured. These are all insignificant incidents, but for people who are in difficulty, it adds so much of relevance. One more incident like this. When Holy Mother was in Udbodhan, once one devotee, or not exactly devotee, but one person by name Navara Chandra, he comes there. He comes there rushing. At what time? Night 10 o'clock. It was night 10. He came rushing. Obviously, the brahmachari who was deputed to serve Holy Mother, he stopped him. But he is not in a state to listen to all these things. He is in some danger. He wants to go and meet, he wants to go and have darshan of Holy Mother and fall before her feet. Through the brahmachari, that Navara Chandra sends word to Holy Mother that he wants to immediately, Mother immediately says, "You call him." He goes and expresses his anguish. What had happened? Influenza had infected his family. Most of the members had contracted influenza fever, and in those days there was no proper cure for that. Several children had died due to that, and now only one grandson is remaining, and now he is down with fever. This Navarachandra is very much worried that his whole lineage will become extinct if he, the only grandson, if he also dies. He comes and weeps and says, "This is my case, what should I do?" Holy Mother says, "Why do you become so much anxious? You are all so much rich people." He was rich. "You are rich people, you can get treatment. Don't worry. By Sri Ramakrishna's grace, it will be okay." No. The situation in which he is, these words will not console him. "I don't want all this console. I want you to protect me now. You should protect me now." And he goes down and he is weeping. Holy Mother saw into his eyes, and her compassion welled up. Any bereavement will be safe. Mother utters these words, solemn words, and it actually happened like that. Afterwards, several times he came and met Mother. That is why in the Lalita Sahasranama, it is another hymn where Mother is described as Roga Parvata Dambholihi Mrityu Daru Kutharika, Roga Parvata Dambholihi. Dambholihi is the Vajrayudha. In the Purana we have read, Vajrayudha was used by Indra to trim the wings of Parvatas. In those days, mountains used to fly. They had wings. Indra cut them down using his Vajrayudha. That is what the story goes. Similarly, here it is used as a figure. Figure means alankara, figure of speech. Roga Parvata Dambholihi Mrityu Daru Kutharika. Mrityu Daru means death. Kutharika means the parachute. Who Holy Mother is like the Vajrayudha to the Roga Parvata, she is a Kutharika for Mrityu Daru. That is what is said. That is why every day after evening Arati we chant and pray to Mother Sharanagata Deenartha Paritrana Parayane. Parayane means she is continuously engaged in protecting her devotees. Now one interesting incident I will try to share with you all, and with that we shall close this talk. This is a very rare incident. Holy Mother was in Bengal and it was the year 1912. One disciple, Panchanana Brahmachari, was in Shillong in Assam. He was a teacher by profession. During those days, the British had temporarily shifted the capital from Shillong to Dhaka, now in East Bengal or in Bangladesh. So many had left from that place and the streets were empty. The houses were almost dilapidated. They looked like as if they were all dilapidated. Nobody was there. There was a person, Bhupala Chandra Basu. He was a very distinguished person of Shillong, a very rich man. He had to leave for Calcutta for vacation. He requested Panchanan to stay in his home and take care of that huge residence. Panchanan had employed 3 laborers in his own house. It is some a little nearby, close. For some repair, something had to be set right. Now, Panchanan was living in the house of that rich man, Bhupala Chandra. It was summer. He found that it was summer. Summer in Bengal is very hot, and especially thatched roofs. Thatched roof means out of the hay they form the roof. They will simply catch fire. Nobody need to set fire to that. The heat will be so severe, they will catch fire. What happened? Some huts nearby had caught fire. They were all afire now. He was afraid that this may spread here also. So he ran to his home, to this building, and then was just watching at that. He was trying to douse the flames. He, with the help of the laborers, took the water and was trying to pour it on the flames. By that time, unfortunately, he was enveloped by huge flames. He was trying to help someone else, but he himself is in now danger. Huge flames circled him. All the laborers who were there, they simply ran away because it is very difficult. One small flame, if it touches us, we feel so much burning. When huge flames are around, man will just swoon. He can't even keep his consciousness. At that moment, he prays to Holy Mother and he fell unconscious. At that moment, he prayed to Holy Mother and fell unconscious. These laborers who came down and were watching and trying to put off the fire, after some time they saw that the fire went down and they thought mostly this man is charred to death. Mostly he is gone. Not burned, he is fully. They slowly came up and saw that he is alive. And not only is he alive, that fire has not touched him at all. That place he is safe. All around it is everything reduced to ashes. Later on, when he gets up, they all asked him, "What happened, sir? We were waiting." He said that Holy Mother came running towards me in a luminous form and she waved her hands around me like this. By that time, I had lost consciousness. And he wakes up. This incident was published in Global Vedanta, published from the Seattle Center in United States of America. In 1999, one of the issues of Global Vedanta came with this incident. Here what we understand is, if God wills, even if you put fire on your hand, it will not burn you. And you should know, this is not fiction. This is not a novel. We are speaking about ground realities. It will happen. Any proof for that? We have that celebrated proof in Ramayana when fire was set to the tail of Hanuman, it did not burn him. Do you know why? Because Sita had taken a vow. When the news went to Ashokavana, the demoness who was nearby conveyed the message that your Hanuman who came to protect you has been put to fire. At that moment, Sita declares, if my conduct is pure, and if I have only one husband, and if I have any tapasya, O fire, you will become cool to Hanuman. She orders the fire and it happens like that. Those words are very inspiring. Yadyasti patishushrushah. If I have served my husband with one-pointed devotion. Yadyasti charitam tapaha. If I have pure character and if I have austerity. Yadime tvekapatni tvam. If I have Rama alone as my husband. Shito bhava hanumata. You become cool to Hanuman. She orders and it happens like that. By this we understand, if God wills, anything can happen. And we have such a Holy Mother with us. That is why we pray, Yathagner dahika shakti Ramakrishne sthita hiya sarva vidya swarupanikam saradam pranamamyaham. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Pranamastu.